What's up, guys? Chris over here at Cover 7. Look, we got a good one on Saturday. We got Clemson going on the road at Georgia Tech. Clemson favored by a field goal. The over-under set to 52. Let's talk a little Clemson Tigers here. Week one, man, I thought there was going to be more. I thought there was going to be more in this game against LSU, so I really don't know what to take from it. I'm very high on LSU. LSU went out and honestly, I don't think played that well, and I don't think Clemson played that well offensively. Now, maybe both these defenses are just top five in the country. I don't know. Both quarterbacks, though, I expected more out of, considering the fact that Cade Klubnik, he's been around a while. Garrett Nussmeier, he's been around a while. These guys are pretty accurate with big arms. Both, really didn't impress me that much. The offensive line, especially for Clemson, who we're talking about today, didn't look very good. Nussmeier, man, didn't have a great game. Clemson, defensively played well, I guess, if you want to say that. And then last week, what happened? I know a lot of people are overreacting here. The 27-16 win over Troy. They were down, yes, 16-3 at halftime. Clemson looked very uninterested in the first half, to say the least. I watched that first half and I was like, man, dude, like you can just tell it almost looked like they were looking ahead here to this Georgia Tech game, which I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, not overly impressed with Clemson so far this year. I do think their defense will be fine. Statistically, like I said, Nussmeier, the guy that I really thought makes this offense go or should be, he's got a 59% completion percentage. He got 426 yards passing on the year, 2 touchdowns. That's it in 2 games and 2 INTs. Not looking good there. I'm not jumping off the Cade Klubnik train. If you guys remember, he had a really rough 2023 season. Last year came out and balled out the entire season. Looked like one of the best quarterbacks in the country. That's why the expectation level was set so high for this season. But 2 games, we'll see if he gets better. That O-line's got to be better for Clemson as well. They got 2 really good wide receivers that I really like in Bryant Wesco Jr. and Tyler Brown. And like I mentioned, the defense been pretty solid so far this season. So with that being said, and what does that mean when we got to play Georgia Tech here on Saturday? Look, I know I'm kind of low-key a closet Georgia Tech fan this year. I'm very high on them. I had them going 9-3 or 10-2 this year. Reason why is I like Brent Key. I think what he's done there has been amazing. I also like Georgia Tech because they recruited me out of high school, by the way. So I've always kind of had this little thing with them. But honestly, I don't know here. Georgia Tech, they came out week one, right? They played Colorado. Now I had Georgia Tech -3.5. They did cover. I believe they won that game like 27-20, I believe. It was ugly though, if you remember. They started off 3 straight turnovers on their first 3 possessions in the first 7 minutes of that game. Very ugly. Found a way to win it though. Colorado, I don't think is a great team by any means. They're probably a barely bowl eligible team this year, but Georgia Tech did find a way to win that one on the road. Last week, I didn't watch this game. Obviously, they played something called Gardner Webb. I don't even know what that is. I know Haynes King did not play. They played the other kid, Aaron Philo, who I've been hearing all week is probably going to get some reps in this game. I mean, Aaron Philo can throw the football. I mean, it is what it is. And nothing against Haynes King, who I particularly love. Not a very good thrower of the football. He reminds me a lot of Riley Leonard of Notre Dame last year. He's so good with his feet and those 3rd and 3 zone read type plays, 4th and 2, he's going to get it. He's an incredibly tough kid, tough runner. I love him, competitor, that type of guy. Just really struggles throwing the football the past couple of seasons. So I think we're going to see some Aaron Philo in this game. I think they're going to have to, especially if they get down in this game by 10 or 14 points, to be completely honest. The guy that I really like and I think is very underrated, who I've been high on the entire time at Georgia Tech, Jamal Haynes, man. I love this kid. 25 carries, 157 yards on the year, 6.3 yard average per carry. He's got 2 tutties. Haynes King, by the way, just his stats running. Get this one, man. He's averaging 8.2 yards per carry on 19 carries, man. That's really impressive for your quarterback. No doubt about it. Georgia Tech, Brett Key, they really like to run the football. They're pretty damn good at it. It'll be interesting to see if they can run the football against Clemson's defense. They rank right up there in rushing yards allowed, so this will be an interesting one. As far as the wide receivers go, they really throw it around to pretty much everybody here. The guy that I like, and it should be, I think, he's going to have a couple big-time catches. I've seen this kid make some great catches. That's Malik Rutherford. He's got 5 catches on the year, 62 yards. No tutties yet, but he's going to have to make some plays, guys. This kid's been there for a while. Big athletic dude. They're going to have to use him down the field, I think. And I think Aaron Philo will be the guy that finds him, to be completely honest. With that being said, Georgia Tech's defense, this is where I think there's a little bit of a, we're going to find out what Georgia Tech is on defense. All year long in the offseason, I was talking about Georgia Tech this year and why I'm high on them. My one biggest question mark was the defense for Brent Key here. Last year at times really struggled to get off the field on third down. This year, not too bad. I don't know what you really take away from Colorado. Colorado is not the Colorado of last year, especially offensively. So we're going to find out. Like I said, these two teams, we're going to know what these two teams are after this game. As far as the betting goes in this one, look, this is how I see it playing out, and I'm not siding with Georgia Tech here because I have a little bit of a favoritism going their way. I think Georgia Tech can actually win this football game. If you guys look at Georgia Tech's schedule, if they can get by this game, I don't want to say it's easy. There's no such thing, but they have a really clear path to an ACC title. They got to get this game. It is at home. You're a 3-point underdog. I'm taking the points. Would it shock me if they pulled the upset off here? No, it would not. I actually think Georgia Tech's a pretty good football team. On the other end, I think Clemson, in order to win this game, is going to have to be able to run the football, keep Georgia Tech's offense off the field, and we got to see more out of Cade Klubnik. They got to be better. And I'm not blaming all this on Cade Klubnik, by the way. This is some of that offensive line. If you guys remember, Clemson returned the most production in college football this year. There was a reason why they were 4th or 5th odds-on favorite to win the Natty this year. They had a great season last year, played Texas tough in the playoffs. They pretty much brought everybody back. So if you're one of those guys that's high on Clemson, this is the game, man. They got to go out there and play well. But overall, I seen the over-under here is at 52. I'm not going to touch that. I do think this will be a lower scoring game. If I had to lean, I would take the under here. Just my opinion. But I'm going to stay away from that. I could see this like a 21-24 type of game, maybe a 21-17 type of game here. It'll be a game until the fourth quarter. I can promise you. I'd be shocked if anybody ran away with this on either side of the ball here. So with that being said, guys, I really appreciate everything. I know I've started up the new channel. I would appreciate it if you would sub, even if you don't like my content. I would definitely take a thumbs up, though, if you like it. It's completely free, and we'll have a couple more videos coming out this week, and I hope you guys are safe and everybody's and can enjoy their Saturday. So we'll see you